It's time now on this Friday for a look at the global markets today and where we stand here at the end of the week. And for that, I'm joined here in the studio by Dr. Kim Seiwan, Professor of Economics at Ewha Womans University. Dr. Kim, thanks for coming on today.
Pleasure to be here.
So we had reports coming out this week that the Trump administration was planning to delay a decision on imposing new tariffs on cars. That was a big worry in Korea. But in the end, they also say Korea might be one of the countries that in the end gets an exemption from these tariffs. What was the reason for the delay?
U.S. Trump administration is pretty much focusing on the trade negotiation with China right now. So I think under these circumstances, they want to just focus on the talks with China. That means they don't want to expand their trade battle line with other major trade partners like Mexico, Canada, South Korea, Japan, and Germany. But I believe as soon as U.S. is completed with the talk with China, there is very high possibility that they want to resume the car tariffs issue with other countries.
Once they've got some room to maneuver again.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and if that did happen, if Korea was ultimately subject to the tariffs, a lot of people are worried about the impact that might have. How badly do you think it would hurt Korean automakers?
If U.S. imposes Korea's car export to U.S., the tariff, adding the tariffs, that's going to be I think, nightmare to Korean economy. Car export is one of the largest export items to Korean economy. It covers over 10% of total export of the nation. And again, the car export to U.S. covers a third of total car export of the Korea. So under very difficult situation of the memory chip declining is quickly ongoing. If U.S. imposes tariffs on Korea's car export to United States, the combined and negative effect will be huge to Korean economy.
Well, speaking of major effects, we have one that could affect China, and that's with President Trump declaring that products made by Huawei are a national security risk, and that the other way around, that U.S. companies selling their stuff to Huawei is a risk as well. What prompted this, and how severe could the ripple effects be around the world?
Actually, Trump administration is officially saying that the restrictions on Huawei is related to a theft of the technology and the spying issues. But we can interpret their actions in two different ways. The first is they want to use Huawei issues as a leverage in the negotiation with China. And the second is U.S. really want to take the initiative in the 5G technology development. As Mr. Trump said, it is the 5G technology will be the future of the U.S. Technology, because 5G network is highly related to the developments of the fourth industrial revolution, like IoTs and so on.
Right. Yeah, there's a major potential, as everybody knows, so the U.S. trying to get out ahead there. But back here in Korea, from the Finance Ministry, we have the latest Green Book. Again, the concerns are wide-ranging. There's the trade conflict, there's exports down again. What stands out to you in this data?
Well, as you said, the Green Book is Korean government's official assessment of the current situation of Korean economy. So everyone is waiting for the new issues of Green Books. And it has been just released today. And according to the new issues of the May, they are emphasizing downward movements of the Korean economy. Actually, they emphasized that in the last issue, they emphasized that the Korean economy is still maintaining positive momentum of the economy. But in terms of the political perspective, we can see this new issue in different ways, because South Korean government is about to turn in the 6.7 trillion supplementary budget to Congress, which should be accepted by Congress. So it is a time for Korean government to empathize the difficult times, which is downward moving Korean economy.
Well, let's stay with that theme here, because President Moon just met yesterday with his top officials talking about fiscal efforts, policies from the government to address problems like low growth, unemployment, and so on. In your view, what role do you see for fiscal measures like these?
Actually, there's no question that fiscal measures like spending more money from government is the only way to promoting economy in the short run. But that only works in the short run. In the long run, like over 5 years and 10 years, increasing and improving productivity of the nation and the productivity of the workers and restructuring not competitive industries, the most important issue. So if government continues on spending more money through more taxing and budgets, that will worsen the current status of the balance sheet of the governments, which means more debt of the government. So in the long run, we have to focus more on improving productivity of the workers and reconstructing internationally not competitive industries.
Got it. So in the short term, okay, but not forever.
Exactly.
All right, Dr. Kim, that's where we'll have to leave it today. Thanks for coming into the studio today. We appreciate your insights.
Thank you very much.